It just looks up and down this canyon, which apparently is called Soda Canyon. You know why? There's a sign up there that said back in 1917, RC Cola opened up a soda mine down here, and that's where they made their soda from. What? Oh wow, that's a lot wider.
Look at that.
That's cool. All right, anyway, we're at Mesa Verde National Park. We have a tour.
We do.
Scheduled at 11, and it's now like, what, 8:45? 8:45-ish. So we're just gonna, it's like an hour drive back.
Yeah.
From the visitor center, which is right over there, to the place where our tour is. I don't remember what the name of it is.
Palace.
Something, house, palace, house, Cliff Palace.
Cliff Palace,
Maybe that's it.
I think that's it, Cliff Palace.
We'll tell you when we get there.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's an hour drive back. It's only like 23 miles, but the windy, curvy roads take quite a while.
Yeah.
Not to mention the traffic. We'll probably end up behind a motorhome at some point who refuses to use turnouts, even though they are provided. We've been here before. We came here the other day to make our reservation for the tour. You do have to pay. It was, he said $10. I guess it's $5 each.
Yeah, it's $5 each.
So
for each of the different tours, if you want to take, it's $5 for each tour.
I'm not sure why Jen wants to stand so close.
We go. I'm just so used to having to be close for to fit in the frame.
It's like if I turned, just like her face would like disappear behind my shoulder.
No, it's just I'm used to the camera angle being left.
Yeah, it is quite a bit wider, is it not?
It is like huge.
I mean, I'm holding this out at normal, and so
look at all that real estate back there.
Yeah, you'll be able to see a lot more now.
That is amazing, by the way. That's why I asked him to stand here, because I thought that was amazing.
Yes, that's the Pueblean Spider-Man.
That's not what it is.
Look, he's climbing up that sheer cliff.
That doesn't make him Spider-Man, because he doesn't have any webs to catch him.
How do you know? Did you ask him? No, you did not. It's supposed to be a blistering 54 degrees today. It's supposed to be 38 degrees again tonight, even colder tomorrow night. So
indeed.
Yeah, you know, summer actually starts on like June 21st or whatever, and they take that seriously here in Colorado. They're like, summer ain't happening until June 21st.
At least this year they are taking it seriously.
And I think, you know, like Arizona didn't used to celebrate MLK Day. They don't celebrate spring in Colorado. It's winter and then summer. So anyway, we're going to head up the road. It's going to take us a while to get there. We have plenty of time, but we want to make sure we get there in plenty of time.
Indeed.
So we are at, I don't know what this place is called.
Where the museum is.
Yeah, it's where the museum is. It's got a name. I don't know what it is. In any case, our tour, there's like 3 loops at the end of this road, and we're on another loop, but it's like less than a 5-minute drive. It took us about 45 minutes to get here. So not quite an hour, but it depends. Traffic's really heavy. If there's a backup at the fee station, it could take up to an hour. We have like an hour to kill before we have to check in. So we're gonna go check out the museum and whatever's over here. We're in the museum. You can see they have these cool little displays, little dioramas. They have one almost exactly like this at the Nevada State Museum in Carson City. It totally reminds me of my childhood. My dad used to take us to the museum in Carson City all the time, and they had all these little dioramas with these little, up there they were Paiute Indians. But same exact thing. It's really cool. Anyway, that's what we're gonna go see. in a little while. Our houses like this built under those big overhangs. Should be pretty cool. There's some right out here we're going to go check out in a minute. So we are at Spruce Tree House. The museum's right up in the hill behind us. This structure down there, those structures are closed due to rockfall hazard. There are 3 others back here. And again, I can't remember the names. They all have weird names. It's a pretty good view of those down here, even though you can't get up to them anymore. There are petroglyphs and stuff down this trail. But museum was actually kind of cool. It's not huge, but it had dioramas that I showed you. Had a lot of, you know, like pottery and beads and stuff, you know, that they have found actual archaeological finds. Had like examples of medicines they used and cigarettes and cigars that they smoked. Food, stuffed birds, you know, that inhabit the area. So it's a pretty cool museum if you want to peruse that. My attention span won't allow it. The best part about the museum was they had several displays showing the different types of houses, the pit houses, the kivas, and then this masonry and how they evolved. This used to be like adobe poles and mud, and then a mix of that with stone foundations, and then when they just went to the full-on stone masonry. You know, you think that the people who lived here were quite primitive, but I mean, look what they were building. And this is as old as anything in Europe, so that's pretty amazing. Here's Jen. She's around taking pictures of flowers as usual. It's not as wide open here, so I should be able to keep track of her, but she still scoots off to take pictures of flowers and plants and stuff. So we walk down the trail. It's 2.4 miles to Petroglyph Point. We don't have time to walk 2.4 miles right now, so we are going back up, and it's way up there. This is Cliff Palace. This is where we're going to go on a tour. You can see there's already a tour down there. We can see there's like a ladder way over there somewhere where people are climbing up. Looks like it's breaking up, this tour, and they just kind of let you go back at your own pace, I guess. I don't know. It's unfortunate that you have to take a tour to get down to these, but it was only $10 and you can make the reservation. There was even reservations on Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Now the wind was blowing 40 miles an hour and it was starting to rain.
Yeah.
But there were reservations. I'm sure in the summer you'd better get her early in the morning or make them a day or two ahead of time, which is all you can do, 48 hours. 48 hours ahead you can make, or 2 days. I don't think it's exactly 48 hours, but we made it on Sunday for Tuesday. We couldn't have made one for Wednesday. We had to come back yesterday to do that. Our tour meets in about 15 minutes, and then about 15 minutes after that we'll actually go down. Mm-hmm. But we also need to make sure we can bring this big camera. If not, we'll take lots of B-roll with the iPhones. Yeah. Hopefully though we can bring this and maybe check in once or twice while we're down there. Yeah. Either way, there'll be lots of B-roll. So. So we just came downstairs on the tour. Very narrow, very uneven, but nobody's died yet. So.
Thank God.
Apparently we gotta wait down here for the ranger to catch up, and then she'll talk there, and then we'll go up into the ruins. So.
don't know about you all, but when I first see this, I always get a sense of awe and chills, even now on the back of my neck. It's just an incredible sight. And you're gonna hold it just like this. Sometimes there's a leather strap here for your 2 fingers to support them. And then you can launch this thing into the air, and you can get greater speed, longer distance, and greater accuracy with this thing right here.
So we made it down to the bottom here, as you can see. Looks like we have one more stop up here, but she was basically confirming what we were talking about earlier. She said they left because of drought and stuff, but they said honestly, if you ask the ancestors or the descendants, they say it was because it was time to move on. They were just nomadic, and they built this and they lived here for 100 years, and then they decided to go somewhere else.
20 minutes later.
So, are you afraid of heights and small places? This is not the place for you. We have to walk up through there and up, and I can't even see what's going on up there. We're not there yet. It's just a crack in the rocks.
It's Jen's favorite thing to do. Both of those things. That's why we're waiting for some of the people to go away, because I don't think it can handle all 3 things.
There's a lot of small children ahead of us. I think that's what's the holdup is. But yeah.
Tight spaces.
Oh, now I see.
And heights.
At the top of that, there's a ladder.
Oh, there's a ladder.
Interesting. Yeah, we just came up that, through that crack, up those 2 ladders, and there's one more ladder to go. We made it out. There's 3 8-10 foot ladders on the way out, and that crack that they have stairs carved into the stone. As I said, if you're not a fan of tight places or high places, this might not be the tour for you. Other than that, however, extremely informative tour. Our tour guide, Ranger Maya,
Awesome.
She was awesome. We're gonna go eat some lunch. We're gonna see the other ruins over here. Then we're gonna go to the other loop, check those out, and then go on the other road on the other side of the park. Hopefully we're gonna do all that today.
Yeah.
It's a long way over there. The other road is probably a 25-30 mile trip to get over to the other part of the park, and then it's probably a 20-25 mile trip to get back out of the park. So it's a big park. It's spread out. There's not a lot between where we are, this side of the park, and the front. Some overlooks, but there's not a lot of stuff to see necessarily. This is where the concentration of all the ruins are, on the opposite end of the park. We're gonna go eat lunch. We'll check in later. So we're at Balcony House. Nice Jeep. It's closed. We can't see it. You have to be on a tour. So we're moving on. Apparently, I don't know. Now Jen's talking to somebody. Maybe that's different. In any case, looks like you have to be on a tour. So. All right. Apparently, you can see Balcony House here, but we have to go to a different place and hike to an overlook, and we don't know where that place is. We're gonna look on the map. We're afraid we've already passed it, and we're on this like 6 mile one-way loop. We would have to drive all the way around again. I don't know, we'll find out. The continuing saga of Balcony House. Oh, by the way, we're on the Soda Canyon Overlook Trail. It was like a half mile down the road from where we were. So apparently from here we can see back at Balcony House and get some cool B-roll that you may or may not have already seen. So just wanted to update you. The saga is now over. So here we are at Balcony House. That's it, right? Wait, how can I do this? Wait, where is it? How come I can't do this? Oh, right there. No, right. Ah, right there. That's it. It's not very big, but it's tucked into that little arch thing. There's people inside of it right now. I know you probably can't see that, but this is the one we didn't go to. There's a very, very long ladder, like 32-foot ladder, and Jen was like, ain't happening. So that's why we went to Cliff Palace. It's just, I cannot remember the names.
You can't see it on the camera, maybe when he zooms in, but literally the ladder is like leaning on a rock and then there's nothing. So it's not like the ladders we've been on that there, you know, there's been a rock maybe 2 or 3 feet by the ladder. This is like...
That's what all ladders do.
Yeah, but this is why Jen said no bueno.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to take some B-roll, so just wait there. You've already seen it maybe, or maybe you'll see it in the future. I don't know. But I'm going to take some B-roll, and then we're going to take the long, arduous hike back. The nice part is we're alone. There's no people here. That's always pleasant. While Jen films the Raven, I will inform you that we are at Soda Canyon Overlook. Balcony house is right there. We can see it from here too. But this is a rock outcropping, and it just looks up and down this canyon, which apparently is called Soda Canyon. I don't know why it's called Soda Canyon. You know how people were in the old day. Someone was here and they're like, oh, I'm gonna have a soda, and someone goes, well, name this Soda Canyon. This lake sure is blue. Let's call it Blue Lake. That's the way people were back in the day.
Maybe it's after somebody whose name was Soda.
Bob Soda.
I don't know.
I don't know either. And we're looking all over the cliffside for dwellings, but I don't see any. There's a telescope here. See, I could have turned the other way, been quicker. I don't know what we're supposed to be looking for because we don't see anything. There is, in fact, another overlook. It's not that far from the other one. Views are quite similar. It's very, very small. That's it. That's the entire overlook.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're headed back to the Jeep. If we still have time and energy, we're going to do the probably 45-minute drive to the other side of the park on another mesa and check that out. I would say right off the bat, no, not right off the bat, I mean, we've been here for a while. 2 days. Planned 2 days. I mean, you know, driving back and forth takes better part of 45 minutes. Driving from here to the other mesa where all this stuff is, 45 minutes. Getting out's 45 minutes. The tours are anywhere between an hour and 3 hours long, depending on which one you take. So, plan 2 days at Mesa Verde. We're gonna try and do it in one, because we're either hardworking creators on YouTube or we're stupid. One or the other. We are on the road to Wetherill Mesa, not Wetherill, Wetherill. I believe the other mesa, where most of the stuff is called Chapin Mesa. So far on this one, we're the only car we've seen. It's called the quiet side of the park. The road to get here is much steeper. It's not as nice. But there's nobody over here. As I said, they call this the quiet side. There are ruins down here, a couple of them. One is a self-guided tour. They have a self-guided tour over there, but I think I said earlier, the trail is under repair. Here they have a self-guided tour, and then they have a regular pay for tour. So you can see stuff over here. So if you're just here for a day and you just want to see some ruins, maybe go this way. We haven't been there yet, so I have no idea, but you see that way over there? That's the RV park we're at. Way over there. It is. It's like 10 miles away. But you can see we get up. We can see these mesas from where we're at. You know, and they just look like. And then you realize there's roads up here, and you can see. Like, look at that. Look at it. It's awesome. Okay. All right, we're gonna keep moving. It's getting late. It's almost 3 o'clock. So
Yeah.
we got here. What time we get here? Like 9. So we've been here a while. We made it to the end of the Wetherill Mesa. There's just a big parking lot, and it's all walking. We're on the Step House Trail, which is a self-guided tour of some dwellings. There's Jen taking pictures of flowers. And then there's a longer 6-mile paved path, which goes and sees a bunch of stuff. No, there's no probably. We're not going to walk all 6 miles. It's getting late. It's almost 4 o'clock. And, we're not going to walk 6 miles. And it's cold too. And we're hungry. This is not like called the quiet side or whatever. It's also, there's just a parking area. There's a little snack bar. The rangers don't even have like an indoor area. There's 3 rangers and an outdoor kiosk underneath just like a cover. It's not as fancy as the other side, but it is blessedly devoid of people for the most part. That's always wonderful. We're going to continue down this trail. When we get something interesting, we will get back with you. We often don't know what we're getting ourselves into. This is a loop. The ruins are right back behind that. But you can see this trail we're on. Switchbacks, bare rock, stairs. It's rather longer than it looked on the little guide map back at the parking area. And then it continues because it's a loop. It continues out along and up the side of that hill on the other side. That's how you get back. That's what I saw that and I'm like, is that a trail? I'm like, oh my God, that's our trail. We made it here to whatever this place is called. We made it here. This is the self-guided ruin. It's not as extensive as the ones, but you see up here. And the kiva with a roof to show how they were constructed and all that. There is a ladder, but there's also some steps. You don't have to go up the ladder, but you can if you want. There's a kiva down here, and a tower up there. And they have most of it fenced off. I think you can go back up here a little ways, but I think this is truly ruins. So they allow you to come up here and check it out. It's not very extensive, and it's not it's not very well preserved either. You can actually come up right at the top, right up to the what's left of that tower there. Beautiful up here.
It is, and there's birds flying around everywhere,
And the wind's coming in. It's like echoing.
Oh yeah.
It's a big amphitheater. Like, see? I mean, there's this guy. There's probably going to be, I don't know, 50 feet, 100 feet of overhang here. We have a long hike back out. We've seen everything, so we're going to shoot some B-roll. We're going to hike back out of here. We just left, whatever that's called. It's probably right there. It was kind of cool. There is one more ruin. It's probably a 2+ mile round trip hike. It's getting cold and windy. Jen's knee is pissed off. We're tired. We're hungry.
Yeah.
So we've seen enough ruins and rocks.
I mean, it's absolutely amazing and beautiful, and my favorite part for sure is the Cliff Palace. That was just wonderful to have that experience and actually go into the cliff dwelling. I mean, we went here into these dwellings as well, so
yeah,
it's an amazing place. If you're ever in the area, definitely come check it out because it's worth it for sure.
Take 2 days
Yes,
to see it all. If you want a quick, quiet experience, come over to the Wetherill side.
As long as you can hike, because you definitely
it's all walking.
It's
all
walking,
walking.
and it's pretty steep. to get down here, and it's pretty steep to get back up. So yeah.
But with that, that's our trip to Mesa Verde. So Jen's gonna say her thing, and we're gonna let you go, and we're going to get out of here.
So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all your amazing comments, and we'll see y'all down the road. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I was just mentioning to Dan, maybe the reason we're feeling a little tired is we've gone 4.1 miles, 12,097 steps, and 36 floors. And we're not even done with this hike. So, yeah. And it's already 4. So I think we're good after this.